This is Balance of Power on Bloomberg Television and Radio. I'm David Weston. Well, the Democratic Senator from California, Dianne Feinstein, announced yesterday that she would be not seeking another term in 2024. And this is what the former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, also of California, had to say about her.
I think that Senator Feinstein has been an icon for our country. She has a record that is of the best in the United States Senate. For 30 years, she has served not only our state, but our country well.
That was Nancy Pelosi. And now we turn to another member of Congress from California, a Democrat. He is Congressman Brad Sherman. So, Congressman, thank you so much for being with us. First of all, your thoughts about Dianne Feinstein.
30 years. Great job, much to be proud of, and she goes out with her head high and in just the right way at the right time.
So I don't want to rush her out the door, but we start to think about what comes next necessarily. We have a couple of declared candidates. As I understand it, you have a favorite.
Well, I've endorsed Adam Schiff, served with him for 25 years, represent contiguous districts, and I've seen what he's accomplished, particularly in protecting our democracy.
He's one of two announced so far. As your best guess, because you know politics in California very well, how many people do you think will go for this seat?
Well, Barbara Lee has indicated that she may well announce. That may be it, or there could be one of the statewide office holders that decides to get in as well.
And what is at stake as you look at the various Democrats? I mean, we haven't had a Republican senator, as I think, in 20 years or something like that. Is it a fairly safe seat, do you think, for Democrats? Or are there conceivably some Republicans who could step forward who might give one of these candidates a run for their money?
Ultimately, California is going to elect a Democrat. This is as safe a seat for Chuck Schumer as he's going to find. We don't know whether there'll even be a Republican on the ballot in November. If there is, we have this top two system, so we'll have a race in March. The top two go on to November. If there's a Republican on the ballot, then whatever Democrat's on the ballot can go to Hawaii and relax. If there are two Democrats on the ballot, it will be a fierce race. And although a Democrat will, of course, win, Republican voters will have an important voice.
Well, in that system, just to take me through it a little bit, my understanding is it's both Republicans and Democrats voting, so that Republicans could actually help determine who the Democratic nominee is. And Adam Schiff, we know from all his investigations, particularly of former President Trump, he's not a big favorite of President Trump's. Is there a possibility that you'd get some pro-Trump people actually voting to make sure Adam Schiff doesn't get it?
None of the Democrats who are running have particular appeal to Republicans. They're all strong progressives. And yet Adam Schiff is, of course, famous for the impeachment effort against Donald Trump. On the other hand, any Republican voter is, I think, going to know that there's no other Democrat in this race that's not a progressive and not anti-Trump.
So, Congressman, let's go back to the starting point here. You've said that you know Adam Schiff well, you've served with him, you support him in his candidacy. Why? I mean, what do you need in California? What do we need as a nation, for that matter, in the next Democratic senator from California?
Well, first, he's very capable and certainly a lot of experience serving in the House. His work in defending our democracy, both with the impeachment and the January 6th committee, I think is well known. And one advantage he has is that he's well known all around the state. It is so difficult for anyone seeking office to become known from Eureka to San Diego. In addition, I've worked with him on protecting our local environment with the Rim of the Valley initiative, and he has been a leader on foreign policy issues, particularly recognizing the Armenian genocide, the first genocide of the 20th century. So I think he brings a lot to the table. And, of course, being endorsed by Nancy Pelosi will mean an awful lot.
Yeah, it won't hurt him, I'm sure, in the state of California, without a doubt. Is it important at all if he is able or unable to work with people across the aisle? And I'm asking that in part because I'm thinking right now about the debt ceiling, that somehow we've got to get past, everyone agrees, certainly in the business community agrees, we've got to get past it because we can't not possibly renege on our debts. But do we need somebody who can work across the aisle in the Senate to get something done?
I think Adam can very much work across the aisle. He was very well known for that. It's only the advent of Donald Trump that has characterized Adam as a strong partisan. He's a progressive, but he's worked across the aisle on a host of issues. and particularly on the Intel Committee. As Congress has gotten more partisan, it's tougher, but I couldn't agree with you more. We have to extend the debt limit, and we have to do so on a clean basis. It's not a basis to negotiate about something else. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be talking about fiscal policy. We need to, and we need to get the deficit down.
One quick one here at the end. Do you have an opinion on when President Biden should tell us whether he's running?
I think we already know, and he's welcome to reveal that at any time. But I think we know who the Democratic nominee is going to be.
Okay, Congressman, it's always a pleasure to have you with us and terribly helpful. That is Brad Sherman. He's Democratic Congressman from California. Check